What are you sitting out there for, fatty? Get up there.
He just said he don't want to sit up there, and I said, we're all criminals.
Well, I used to be.
I,
So you're back to work?
yes, sir.
As of last Wednesday.
Make a
You
motion.
got anything
Get out of
there
here.
yet?
Oh, shit.
I'm trying.
I second it.
On Arch Street, building that garage.
Yep.
Make sure you.
Yes.
Where's Dale?
And
Just walk back out the door.
why did you build a garage with the apartment on top? Nobody. Nothing sent out?
I'll look at his paperwork on it, should be anything on top.
Yeah, I mean, you should have sent out notices.
There he is.
We made it. Hey, we got it.
I knew it.
I come in and everybody was here.
Knew if I took
Except for my
took
buddy
an extra
Lenny.
bathroom break, we'd be good.
Buddy Lenny did it. God love him.
All right. We'll do the motion to adjourn in his honor. Yes.
We'll let Mr. Abbott have the honors. How's that?
That's right. I'm just glad he's here.
I think we're ready to get started.
Every day's a
We're
blessing.
waiting on Lenny.
We can
No, we're not.
We don't have
Please
to.
tell me we're not.
Yeah, we're good. Let's go.
Call to order.
Call to order.
Let's call this 16th of, what the hell is today?
October.
October, to order.
15th, isn't it?
Jim Crook,
Here.
Derry Hutcherson,
Here.
Owen Cross,
Here.
Tim Denning,
Here.
Thomas Roulette,
Present.
Lenny Fryman is absent, Tony Abbott,
Here.
Attorney Del Weldon,
Here.
and myself. We have one item on the agenda this evening, and I think Del's going to handle a presentation on that for us.
Yeah, thank you guys very much. So what you have, what you had in your packets and what we've got for vote today is a resolution to expand the TIF. So TIF is tax increment financing. What it means is that whether it's one piece of property or many pieces of property, the law in Indiana allows the city to capture the incremental tax, which just means you take an empty building, the value, the tax value as it sits, the county still gets that. But then when it's improved, then the increase in additional value, we can capture that back for a certain amount of time and then use that money for other projects. So we've done this before for big tax district, TIF districts. We had one downtown start, then we added on Route 50 last year, and now this one is just to add the Liberty Theater, and because it kind of fell through the cracks. So it really is just one piece of property, but that's a good example too, because imagine the Liberty Theater as it was, and then with the improvements and the additional tax revenue.
Wasn't the Union Hall in that as well, though?
Yes,
Yeah. I thought there was two. Liberty Theater and Union Hall. Yep.
and so that project won't be really done until next year for sure, but we can still capture that early. So that's exactly right, Mr. Miller. Thank you. So it just, and when we do these TIF resolutions, they're forward dated. So as long as we do it now, any improvements that happen in the future get captured. So Liberty was done this year, but it goes all the way to the end of the year, and then the same thing will happen for the Union Hall. So it'll let us capture both of those. City council or redevelopment approved this, and so now it goes to you, then it goes to the city council, and then back to redevelopment.
And we have a number on this resolution. Is it one?
Plan Commission doesn't only do resolutions, so if so, this is Plan Commission Resolution Number 1-2024.
So it is resolution number one.
Plan Commission Resolution Number 1, yes.
Yeah, the one we got. Yeah.
Yep.
Just marking mine.
Any more questions from the board?
I have none. Pretty well cut and dry.
Yeah.
I've read the one that the redevelopment passed plus the one we
Right.
have, so I'm good.
Anybody want to make a motion?
I'll make the motion to accept it.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion passes, resolution passes. Thank you, gentlemen.
Do we have time for a few questions, being that you've been gone? Where are we at with Wawa?
We
You
want to
update
take
us on
this
that?
off the record.
Excuse me?
Yeah, we can go ahead and do an adjourn, well, Dell, how you want to handle that?
If you're not comfortable with it, that's fine. I was just, didn't know if you could update us on some of these things that we haven't heard about since we.
Well, that one, we're still awaiting some easement on
Okay.
that one.
Yeah, we're with that project in general, and I think what John's kind of saying is when we're dealing with these businesses, sometimes they're, you know, it's a holding company and might be a Wawa or a Starbucks and might not. So they do kind of want us to keep it quiet in terms of the specifics. I think the Wawa is well known. There are other parts of that project. That's eventually going to end up being 4 parcels, I think, which is really exciting. What we're doing right now is, like John said, Mr. Johnson said, it's with the utility company because they're going to build a private road to serve 4 parcels that will hopefully be 4 businesses. And then we are going to dedicate the water and sewer line. That's kind of the agreement that Billy Kinnett made with them. And I met with, after Billy left, Garrett Kavanaugh, and I met with Andrew Lowe Miller and Archie Crouch because they want to go ahead and get started. And Billy kind of made that agreement because we're redoing all the lines on 50 water line, but they don't want to necessarily wait until we start. So we found a compromise where we said, well, we'll agree, and it's got to come before the city council anyway. So we will recommend that city council agrees that we're going to assume that line, and then if you guys need to start building it now, you can. If you can wait, great, because we just didn't want to, you know, tie that to the bigger project. We don't want to hold them up. If they can go ahead and go, we want them to go ahead and go. And with the easements, I think we're going to actually put that line into the road right away, so we don't need an easement from the private property owner to the east. And that would be a good solution too. So Garrett was okay with that. It's got to be an 8-inch line because one of the proposed businesses is going to use a heck of a lot of water and sewer, which is great for our utility company. It helps us with our rates. So best case scenario, we approve it. They can do their projects, the Wawa and these other things. But the timing works out to where we're already replacing the line past them and we just hook up. Worst case scenario, we just do it twice, but it'll be worth it either way, I think.
Well, the reason I asked for especially Wawa is I've had people ask me where we're at, and I'm like, well, we haven't had a meeting since some time.
We've got it all approved already.
I understand that.
Yeah, we're waiting some outside documentation to
Got
come
to
back.
understand that Joe Public wants to know, and they
Right.
want to know if they're backing out, and that's why I'm asking this as a member.
Got it.
Okay.
It's full speed ahead as far as I know from both.
And I told them I don't think so.
Yeah.
Okay, so the Valvoline oil change is moving along.
They're still awaiting some NDOT permitting, yes.
Starbucks.
Nothing yet.
Okay, from what I'm hearing from Starbucks, and correct me if I'm wrong, they are not going to the location that was down by Advanced Auto Parts. They are moving now.
Correct.
The issue I have with that is the utilities put $17,000 into a manhole to accommodate them, and now they're backing out. And it's my understanding they're backing out because they couldn't get an easement, and this is what I'm hearing off the street, from Advance. So do we get to recoup that money? Or do we?
I don't know who paid for that project
The
in the end.
utilities paid for
Or
it.
if they were
Excuse me.
reimbursed for it.
We actually, you guys worked on this last December or something. It came before the utility board in December, I believe it was. We, the utility board, said, hold off until you get for sure, you get a site plan. Sometime here in 2024, we approved it
Yes.
and they did the work.
Right.
And now I'm hearing that they're not, and I'm thinking, we, in good faith, put in a line like that, and now they are not. Thanks for joining with us. It's already over too, by the way. I'm just asking the question. Now we're hearing that they're not, so we put money into something that's, in my opinion, was not even needed because they're not there.
Did we already do that work?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep, we already paid for it.
And that was after the site plan was approved.
Yep. So
This is the
all
first
I'm
time they've
asking
backed
is
out.
if we could check into that to see if there's any recourse for us, man, because it's, you're late and then you have your phone on.
Tony thought you had Tony again.
Yeah, imagine that. So, yeah, if you could just check into that.
Yeah,
But I think that's a good lesson to learn, and that was
It is. It
really
very well
a
is.
utility, that was kind of more of a utility decision, but I think that
No rest.
when we're agreeing to front
Right.
capital, you know, we need to make sure that it's a go.
right.
We did that prematurely, I think. And they were-
We
they
did,
were-
but
they
we
were
sort of
aggressive.
held off as a USB because we were waiting for you to approve your site plan.
Right.
The only thing I could say to that is, it's there now, sort of water under the bridge. Maybe if something ever does want to build there, as long as they make sure that they get an easement first before they present their plans.
Right.
That's the key thing here.
Yeah, or make sure they've started construction before we
Yeah.
make them go first.
Right.
That's the live and learn. Okay, that's all I have. I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second. Third.
Object.
You would.
All in favor? Aye.
Nay,
Aye.
I guess no respect. I ain't getting it tonight.